Hi everybody, I'm going to show you my cycle syncing Notion template and how I keep track of my period and how I relate it to food and fitness, because all of those work together when we are talking about our hormones and how each of our cycles affect our energy levels, how much we can focus on different things, our skin, just all those types of different parts of having a cycle and what it means. So this is my old cycle syncing. I have updated it and made a newer version, so you can check that one out. But if you just want something that is more simple, this is the easier one. I've got 3 different databases. I've got all things period, all things food, all things fitness, and everything on this page kind of pulls in that information from those 3 databases. So first we've got a weekly view, and you can put in every day how your cycle is. So if you're on day 1, then you would just click into here. So you would do day 1, and then your temperature is important for the fact that when you are ovulating, your temperature rises in the morning. So first thing when you wake up, you can take your temperature and you can put it here, and when it is about half to 1 degree higher than your normal body temp, then that's when you know that you're ovulating. So that's what the temperature part is for. You would put in here, so if it's day 1, that means you're menstruating. So you would click this and it's attached to the 4 phases, so you would put in your menstrual. And then that's automatically going to populate this low energy, because when you're menstruating, you have the lowest amount of energy. And then you can put in how your skin is. So when you are menstruating, your skin tends to be a little bit more acne prone, so you could put acne prone. When you're on your period, you're more likely to, have headaches, have bloating. I have uterine pressure. And if it's your first day, maybe it's a light period. So you can use this to track every single day how you're feeling. So I'm just gonna put a temperature here. I don't really know what my temperature was this morning when I woke up. But if you are someone who likes to keep track of your temperature because you really want to know when you're ovulating, then that is when that is most important. So then you can see here, it tells you that you are in your menstrual phase, and it has all the information that we just filled in. So this automatically populates every day to show up here. So tomorrow when you would come in here, there would already be this blank box, and then you would just click into it and fill in the information. And we also have it in the table view, so if that's easier for you to fill it in, then you can fill it in there as well. So down here is just a quick overview of the 4 phases of your cycle. If you aren't really familiar, you can look here and kind of just get some basic information, but you can always go and research more if you are even more curious about the different phases. I like to say that they pretty much go hand in hand with the seasons of the weather. So when you're menstruating, it's winter. That's when you have the least amount of energy. It's dark. You don't want to go outside. You don't want to talk to anybody. You just kind of want to hibernate. On your follicular phase is when you're getting out of your period. It's like with the spring, you've got lots of energy, you want to get out, you want to start, feeling more like yourself again. In the summer, that is when you are ovulating. In the summer is when you are the most social, you want to go out, you always want to be outside. And when you're ovulating is when you are when you're ovulating is when you are at the highest chance of getting pregnant. And then in the luteal phase is when you start to kind of have your PMS, because you're getting ready to start having your period again. And then down here is just a monthly overview, so you can put in what you think your period is going to be for the next month, and then you can base your meals and your fitness off of that. So during the menstrual phase, it's best to eat these foods, and during your ovulation time, it's best to eat these foods. And then down here is we've got the different sections for for working out and what it's best to do for each of those different phases. We'll fill this in together just so you have an example. So let's say you started your period on March 1st. We'll say that we started our period on March 1st, so we'll click the menstrual. And then we will go into the date and we'll hit end date, and we'll say that we had our period for 6 days. And then it fills in on the monthly calendar. It fills in the lunch, dinner, dessert. So let's say we are in our menstrual phase. So we'll look here and we'll look at what we think we want to eat. So we'll say we want to have a beef bowl for lunch and barbecue chicken for dinner. And then for working out, will look here and say that, oh, it's best to just go for some walks and maybe some gentle yoga this week. So we'll click into here. We'll say we want beef bowl for lunch. And for dinner, we want one of the barbecue chicken stuffed potatoes. And then for our workout, we're gonna do just some gentle yoga and some walking. If you're someone like me, I like to meal prep, so I would probably make beef bowls and barbecue chicken for this whole week and for the weekend. But if you don't like to meal prep, then you can put in all the different meals that you would want to make throughout that week. But then you will just have easy access to just click into the recipe and look at what you need to make and what you need to get for it. So this is just kind of how you can have a month overview of the different phase that you're in, and then the different meals that you're gonna have with it and what you plan your workouts to be. We drill into the all things period. That is what holds all of the databases that make this homepage. Same thing with the all things food. It holds all the recipes, and all things fitness holds all of our workouts. So this is where we have the chart with all of the different phases. And then down here, I've just got a quick overview of all the different hormones that a woman goes through and has and what they mean for us, and then the different phases and what that entails. Here is just a quick page of all the recipes. You can add new ones, you can adjust the ones that are already here, but say what phase it's best to eat them, if it's best to eat lunch, dinner, breakfast, snack, dessert, whatever, and then I like to rate them as well. So this is where you can put all of your recipes. So this is the fitness page, and it just shows you all the different types of workouts and what it is best to do them on the different phases of your period. So this is just kind of where the database is held. All the information is really in the homepage where you're going to actually do the actions and calculating what to do when. All this is just my super simple cycle syncing template. I just like to keep track of my period on a day-to-day basis, see how I'm feeling, and then I like to just have quick access to the different phases so that I can quick see, you know, what is the best tasks for me to do. When you're ovulating, it's best to socialize. When you're in your follicular phase, you have the highest energy, so it's best to do like the deep work stuff that you have been putting off. It's easy to see like what types of food you're supposed to be eating. If you're into cycle syncing, here is a quick guide of what to eat during the two different parts of your first half and your second half of your period. And then down here is really where you kind of do all of the action of figuring out what's the best foods to eat, lunch and dinner. You can add breakfast if you want, and what is the best workouts to do for the different phases. So you can use these charts over here to figure out the best foods to eat, and down here again to figure out what are the best workouts. Let me know if you have any questions, but that is a quick overview of my cycle syncing template.